Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 060, Topics in Developmental Mathematics, Section 2.10, Problem 32. This is Section 2.10, Problem 32. It says find the average of 2 1/2, 1 2/3, and 3 5/12. So to find the average of three things, I have to add the three things together and divide by 3. So we'll add 2 1/2 plus 1 2/3 plus 3 5/12 and whatever that adds up to, I'm going to divide that by 3 because I have three things. So the first thing I have to do in order to add the three fractions in the numerator is come up with a common denominator. So I have denominators of 2, 3, and 12. So I want a number that they all divide into evenly. So 12 would work well. Of course, 12 divides into 12 evenly. 3 divides into 12 evenly. 2 divides into 12 evenly. So the 2 1/2 I can write as 2 6/12. That's 2 1/2. And again, that came from changing the denominator from a 2 to a 12. I must have multiplied times 6. 2 times 6 is 12. So the numerator of 1 is multiplied times the same value of 6. 1 times 6 is 6. So now the next one over, I'll have 1 and something over 12. Well, what's the numerator? So take what the denominator was. It was 3 times some value became 12. Well, the sum value must be 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So the numerator is multiplied times the same value of 4 in this case. So 2 times 4 is 8. And the last one already had a 12 as a denominator anyway. So it can just stay 3 5/12. And of course, whatever that totals up to gets divided by 3 because there are three parts that I have to find the average of. So now that it's all something over 12, let me add 2 plus 1 plus 3 for the whole numbers. 2 plus 1 plus 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So the number in front is 6. Now my fractions, it'll be something over 12. What's the numerator? 6 plus 8 plus 5. 6 plus 8 is 14. 14 plus 5 more is 19. So when I add the tops together, I get 6 and 19/12. And don't forget, that's divided by 3 because I'm finding the average of three things. So now, when you have a fraction and you divide, what you have to do is invert the fraction on the bottom and multiply. So the 3 isn't something that's inverted easily. It doesn't have a numerator and denominator the way it's written. So let me write it as 3 over 1. So now what I'll have is 6 and 19/12 times, to invert 3 over 1, it's written as 1 over 3. Now notice 6 and 19/12, I have a combination of both a mixed number and an improper fraction, which you really shouldn't do. It should be one or the other. Mixed number, like 3 5/12, or improper fraction. Again, improper fraction meaning that the numerator is larger than the denominator. Both things are going on. So let me deal with that right now too. And when I multiply fractions, I want both fractions to have only a numerator and denominator, no number in front. So I'm going to make the 6 and 19/12 into just an improper fraction. So to convert, again, what I'm going to do is come up from the bottom to the number in front by multiplying. 12 times 6 is 72. Take that result of 72 and add. 72 plus 19 more is 91. So I have 91 over 12 times 1 over 3. Now again, just to make sure, keep me honest, 72 plus 19 more. 2 and 9 is 11, write the 1, carry the other 1, 1 and 7 and 1. 91 over 12. So now I want to multiply 91 over 12 times 1 over 3. So multiply, it's right here, top times top, 91 times 1 is 91. Denominator times denominator, 12 times 3 is 36. Now, that is an acceptable answer. 91 over 36 is the average of the original three fractions. Some math teachers are fine with you leaving it as an improper fraction, or in other words, a fraction where the numerator is larger than the denominator. Other teachers would prefer that you write it as a mixed number, something like 3 5/12, something with a number and a fraction. So if that's the case and your teacher prefers that you write it as a mixed number, what you would have to do is set up a division. The denominator of 36 divides into the numerator of 91 how many times? Find the remainder. So 36 times 2 will get me close. 36 times 2 is 72. And now if I subtract, actually I happen to have the answer here, I know it's 19, but you can do it again. Let's borrow from the 9, make it an 8, make that 11. 11 minus 2 is 9, 8 minus 7 is 1. 19 is the remainder. So that remainder becomes the new numerator, and the denominator of 36 stays 36. So the answer can be expressed as 91 over 36, or 2 and 19 over 36. Those are two different ways of saying the same amount. And that's the answer for what the average of the original three fractions was.